So, here's an actual video and not just a song. I watched a video from somebody else talking about how an influencer went to India and she was ended up being. Do I just say the word or do I have to modify? I mean, it's gonna be taken down anyway. Um, and she was gang raped by 7 people. Before that, she was robbed and beaten. And this has been an ongoing issue in India for years now. A little anecdote that I have to probably double check, but when I was in starting ninth grade, I'd watched somebody called Philip DeFranco, and he did a story about how in India, I think one of the major adult film sites was banned, and then it got unbanned, I think that year in 2012, and like apparently the statistics show that like rapes had gone down, but like not by a lot. And so obviously that's kind of a big deal to show that when if your assaults go down just because a website is now visible, you have a giant problem. But to even talk to expand on this more, uh, this is the reported cases of rape all across India in 2022 by state. Now the statistic is, or the I don't want to call it a catchy statistic, but the headline of this statistic would be every 18 minutes in India in the year of 2022, a woman gets raped. So let's in the state of Rajasthan, 5,399 women, and then Uttar Pradesh, 3,960. No, 3,690. Madhya Pradesh, 3,029. Man, these get harder to say. Maharashtra, 2,904. Haryana, Haryana, 1,787. Odisha, 1,464. I'm gonna do like all the way to Delhi, and then I'm gonna leave this in the description too, so you can look at the link. Jharkhand, 1,298. Chhattisgarh, 1,246. And Delhi is 1,212. Now, this is again for the state of 2022. This was released in December of 2023. This is from Statista.com, which does statistics across all things. And I think that it being such a violent and sort of occurrence, event, and how it just continues to happen. Things that were said by politicians in India regarding these sorts of acts. Now, I will preface that a lot of these quotes are from 2014, 2013, 14, 12. And that's not to excuse it, but that's to show, I guess, the difference in the time length between the statistic I just told you about and then when people were, when leaders of, I guess, just leaders in general were saying these sorts of things, either outright condemning it or not condemning it, condoning it, or what is it? Like not addressing it fully in honesty. So, one of them would say, earlier, if men and women would hold hands, they would get caught by parents and reprimanded, but now everything is so open. It's like an open market with open options. Rapes happen because men and women interact freely, said Mamata Banjari, a Trinamool Congress leader and West Bengal chief minister in October of 2012. Another one says, boys make mistakes, why hang them? We will revoke the anti-rape laws, said Mulayam Singh Yadav, a Samajwadi Party leader in 2014. And another one said, such crimes hardly take place in Bharat, but they frequently occur in India. Go to villages, no gang rapes or sex crimes there, but are prevalent in urban areas, said RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat in January 2013. He blamed Western values as the reason for gang rapes. And then another one that says, it, meaning rape, is a social crime which depends on the man and the woman. It is sometimes right and sometimes wrong, said the BJP leader, Mr. Babulal Gaur, said on June 5th, 2014. And then probably I guess this would be the worst one, but they're all really bad. This one says, the victim is as guilty as her rapist. She should have called the culprit's brothers and begged before them to stop, said Asaram Bapu, a Hindu religious leader, in January 2013. So, as you can see, when we talk about these things in a larger context, like, things can be, I guess, seeds can be sown earlier, as people are, they will hear these things and, like, get ideas, or just, like, it doesn't just, things like these just don't just happen. They're usually built up to, in a way that is detrimental to whatever society you live in. So, yeah. So that's something that's going on, and something that probably should be more addressed. How would you address it? I don't really know. What would you say? Obviously, you would, like, tell them to stop and whatnot, but I mean, I'm not from India. I don't know how laws, passages work there. I know that, I used to know his name. Modi, that's who it is. Modi, oh wait, no, I guess he's still there. Yeah, just, it would have to be probably more of a call from this level of human being life in a Western country like this to call out such shit over there. And obviously people misconstrued it as being racist, or saying a culture, like, that's their culture, they should, like, but that, I feel like that's not, that's stupid. We didn't have a conversation, but there was a case in which female genital mutilation was the subject, or part of the subject, and I guess in one country, it's a part of the culture or something. And so the teacher asked, so what would, if you were a person helping someone who was born in a country and hadn't experienced that, like, how would you interact with that client, and, like, what would you I guess do to circumvent things of that nature? And I interjected, and I was like, probably, like, call out civil rights groups to, like, call it out on social media or whatever. Now, granted, she wasn't asking, the teacher was asking, like, the whole class, but I think it was kind of focused towards another group that was just got done presenting. But since they took too long to answer, I just interjected. But it seemed to me like I wouldn't say the group leader, but the person in that group, I don't know, there wasn't an outright calling of, like, FMG, FGM is like wrong. It seemed to be more of like using the umbrella of culture to not interfere with whatever's going on in that country, because I think the whole idea that that person was trying to say was, since we're in the West and we're Americans, we don't want to like push our Western civilization ideas or whatever onto another, I guess, poorer country. And I thought that was stupid. I think that there are some things that are completely just utterly wrong, and even if it's a religious practice, I think it should be called out. Now, obviously, I don't think we should invade or anything, but calling it out, I think, is something that needs to happen, because I don't think that FGM is something that needs to be happening to anybody across the United States just because there's a culture there of it, or we don't want to offend their religion or whatever. But it's fine. Anyway, that's it. That's all I had.